Hi guys, Dave here from pbrunfree.com, and on Monday the 2nd of March I'm going to put together a Google Hangout webinar. Okay, it's going to be about 45 minutes, possibly up to an hour depending on questions, all about how this breathing affects your running. Okay, and I'm going to give you 7 quick tips and tricks that I use every single day in the clinic, how to change the position of the rib cage, how to improve the stability of your core instantly, and also how to improve your hip extension and get more power in your stride. Okay, so why this is so important, okay, is here's your diaphragm, here's your rib cage. When we breathe in, the rib cage comes up. That's not a problem for most people, okay? The problem is coming back down. A lot of people's rib cage do not depress correctly. The diaphragm does not come up correctly. Now when the diaphragm comes up, that gives your core stability from the top, okay, while your pelvic floor gives you stability from the bottom. Now that's very important mechanism of the diaphragm coming up and the rib cage coming down. It's absolutely essential to running and the rest of the body. If that doesn't happen, just like we've spoke about in previous podcasts and we've spoke about in the articles on PB Run Free, a lot of stuff will not happen when you run. Okay, very essential. Now as the rib cage twists, so as your right foot hits the floor here, your rib cage is going right, you can see the diaphragm pops up. That causes the muscles to shorten in the abdominals. Okay, that allows your ribcage to twist nicely, which then loads the sling for your hip flexor, okay, on your back leg, and it also helps load the sling on the stance leg as well. Okay, so we load and explode these muscle slings, which I'll go into detail on the 2nd of March. Now if that doesn't happen, what we tend to happen is we get stuck in this position here. Okay, so how many of you, when you started to fatigue, have seen pictures of yourself where you're running with your back arched quite a bit, quite considerably? Okay, this is usually why, because that diaphragm does not come down, okay, it does not come up, the ribcage doesn't come down and it gets stuck. Okay, so that's what we're doing on the 2nd of March. We're going to put it all together for you, okay, and we're going to show you how this impacts your running. Okay, it has a massive issue on calf muscles, because as we see here, if the rib cage comes up, you can see here it straight away pushes our center of mass forward. Okay, so instead of all the weight being around the midfoot, it's going to push it towards the front of the foot. All of a sudden our hamstrings are long, our abdominals are long, our glutes are long. They're in very bad positions to be able to contract correctly. Okay, also the calf muscle and the quad muscle then gets shortened, the low back muscles get shortened. Now how many runners have tight backs, tight calves, okay, and tight quads when you run? Okay, I would say the vast majority that come to see me injured, and then we have to retrain this. Okay, this stuff, it can fix, it can really contribute and help plantar fascia, stubborn Achilles, you know, recurrent hamstring tears. Unless your diaphragm and rib cage are not in the correct position, okay, then you will only ever be running to a certain amount. Your nervous system will put your handbrake on, because this is a vital action in order to run well. And as I said, on Monday I'm going to take you through 7 really good tips and tricks that you can use instantly. You will see the difference instantly as well. Okay, you'll notice it straight away. If you follow through what I'm going to teach you in that 45 minutes, you will sleep really well that night. This stuff does not just only help your running, it helps your state of mind, okay, and it also helps how you sleep and recover, so that your next run is just as good. Okay, so click below, sign up below in the forms, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday the 2nd of March, where we're really going to get into this stuff and start making massive changes to how your body is moving when you're running.